We'll move on to the next question. This is a technical question, so this is one for Bob. So, can I control the socket outlets for kitchen appliances supplied from a ring final circuit through a multi-gang grid arrangement?
Well, the short answer is yes. I could put a stop there. But it does come up from time to time, this question on the technical helpline. A multi-gang grid switching arrangement for socket outlets is quite typical in many new build homes nowadays, where you've got a kitchen grid with 20 amp switches controlling the domestic appliances, washing machine, fridges, etc. And the ring final circuit is broken through the grid switches, and effectively there's a spark breaking off each of the switches to supply probably a single socket at the back of the appliance or close to the appliance. And the question comes up, is that okay? Because these switches didn't comply with BS 1363 Part 2 or Part 4 socket outlets commonly made to these standards. So they're type tested to make sure that they can carry the amount of current that you would expect in a ring final circuit. So there is a few things. First of all, that ring would have to comply with in the regulations. First of all, it has to be wired in the form of a ring, with spurs, if any, I mentioned that, or a radio final circuit. It can feed permanently connected equipment and an unlimited number of socket outlets, but must comply with the requirements of 433-1204 in the regulations. The circuit conductors forming the ring with spurs as necessary must start and finish the distribution board or consumer unit. And there is other requirements for overload protection that have to be satisfied, i.e. the current carrying capacity of the cables on the ring should not be less than 20 amps. And if under the intended conditions of use, the load currents in any of the part of the circuit is unlikely to exceed for long periods the current carrying capacity. So the switches have to be able to carry at least 20 amps. You know, a normal balanced ring fed to a 32 amp circuit, if it's balanced, you're going to have 60 amps flowing directly in the ring. So 20 amps is plenty. However, there is a problem. These switches are typically manufactured to a different product standard. They're made to BSEN 60669-1, which is the standard for switching devices. We asked BEMA to look at this. The ECA had actually raised it at their technical committee. The equipment manufacturers predecession looked at this, and they came back with their opinion that it's perfectly okay for these 20 amp switches to be used on a ring circuit. The reasoning being that when they type test them, they do a terminal test, which requires it to satisfy a temperature rise test, which is using a single 4 mil conductor to connect up the switch, and it has to be able to at least carry 25 amps. So in their opinion, in BEMA's opinion, that isn't a problem. But what they highlighted was this standard 60669-1. If you look in BS 7671, there's a table 5374 gives you guidance on what devices are suitable for various things, isolation purposes, emergency switching, or functional switching. Well, these switches wouldn't be suitable as a means of isolation. So the designer or the installer, you need to consider that you intend these grid switches to be used as a means of isolation, then they wouldn't comply. So you would need to look at getting a grid switch that complies with a standard like 60669-24, or alternatively use some sort of other means to provide the isolation, i.e. maybe a BS 1363 Part 4 fused connection unit might be more appropriate if you're going to be using a local device to achieve isolation. Often these socket outlets, as I say, they're usually single sockets and they're usually located behind the appliances, so they're not accessible. So a local means of isolation would be strongly recommended. You know, it would be up to the guy who's carrying out maintenance work to make sure he uses an appropriate means of isolation. You don't necessarily need to have a switch there. You could simply lock off, I suppose, the circuit breaker. It's handier if an installation is designed to take account of that. And something like as I say, a fuse connection unit would be suitable, or these other 20 amp switches that you get to the standard. I think you'd have to ask specifically the wholesalers for a switch to comply to that standard if you're going to be using it for isolation purposes. So that's the kind of feedback. It is a question that's been asked in the industry. The ECA has looked at it, and BEMA, the Equipment Manufacturers Trade Association, have also looked at it, and probably some worthy of a technical circular or technical update to members at some stage. So maybe that's something I'll do in the next wee while.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
So the easy answer was yes. I should have stopped there.
Any questions for Bob? No? Okay.